First of all, it was October. A rare month for boys. Not that all months aren't rare, but there be bad and good, as the pirates say. Those are the first words of Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. Now, I've probably read those words 1,000 times. Like, I know them like I know the opening lines of my favorite songs. And when I was a kid, I read Ray Bradbury more than any other author. Like, I read Dandelion Wine every summer. I read Something Wicked This Way Comes every fall. I read them until I could practically recite them. And you know, I would buy any used copies of any Ray Bradbury books I found anywhere. I'd just buy them and I would give them away. You know, Fahrenheit 451, The Martian Chronicles, The Illustrated Man. And I was always giving away my last copy of a Ray Bradbury book. You know, I'd go through my library looking for Something Wicked This Way Comes, and I'm like, oh man, I gave my last copy away to someone who dropped by the house. And on those Sunday nights I told you about when I was a kid, I used to lie awake in bed worrying that Ray Bradbury might die before I had the chance to tell him what he meant to me. When I was 12 years old, I wrote to him, sent him a letter, and I never heard back. Now, Ray Bradbury hit me in my Twilight Zone years. It was right around the same time as Stephen King. It was actually my dad who introduced me to Stephen King. I got to tell you, my dad had this amazing ability to say just one thing about a book or a writer. He'd just say one thing, and it would be enough to intrigue me, and I'd go out and discover it for myself, you know. In this case, he told me that he'd been reading Salem's Lot, which is Stephen King's vampire story. He said he was reading it up in Koshner in the wintertime with the power out. Now, yeah, don't read Salem's Lot with the power out, just a little tip. He was reading by candlelight. And he said when he came to the part where the children who are now vampires come scratching at the window, asking to be let in, he said he'd been almost too scared to walk down the hall to his bedroom. Now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong here. If you're a 13-year-old boy, and your father tells you about a book that made him too scared to go to his own bed, you were going to check that shit out. Like, I found every book by Stephen King I could get my hands on. And he was a hero to me. Stephen King, I mean, he was one of those dudes posing with the cigarette and the typewriter on the back of the dust jacket. And when I was 13 years old, it did not get more badass than that. Like, I wanted to be one of those guys so bad. Now, I may have read too many other books. You know, the amazing thing about Stephen King, in my opinion, I mean, besides telling all those incredible stories, the amazing thing he did for me, he got so many people reading who probably never would have read otherwise. And I mean, a lot of us Stephen King fans went on to discover all kinds of other stuff, like stuff that inspired him. You know, and Ray Bradbury was definitely one of his biggest inspirations. But I might have read too many other books, because I can't read Stephen King anymore. I mean, I love him, but I just can't read him again. Ray Bradbury, on the other hand, I'm reading him again right now. In fact, I got to tell you, I had a conversation recently about books. I was talking to someone about books, you know, and I mentioned a book that I was rereading at the time. And this guy said, "What, you mean the same book?" I don't get it. Why would you read it again if you already read it? You kind of stumped me there. I mean, why would you listen to a song again? Or an album? Why would you order the same food at your favorite restaurant? I mean, if you meet someone you like, why get their number? I mean, why would you even talk to your friend over there again? You already know him, don't you?